You listen to the sound of my place. Obviously, the heating system is running right now, but I can hear the birds in the background. It's a beautiful, wonderful Tuesday morning. Peace is beautiful, I tell you. And as men grow with wisdom, not just necessarily age, wisdom, they understand how valuable peace is. Peace is sexy. That's why I became a peaceful sexual. Let me tell you something. Once you experience relationships, especially in the West, and you have enough time, this is what happened with the modern men. The modern man has had enough time to be alone, to fall in love with his own company. And every man has developed a meter in his head. I call it the peaceful sexual meter, where he can evaluate and calculate the price that he has to pay to get access to that punani. Pre-owned. Men, we all love pre-owned. Me too. We have 20 times more testosterone level than the average woman. But what is the price of that pre-owned what men calculate in their mind? Because for them, the average everyday modern woman, because of feminism, because of this gynocentric society, women do quite a bit of spending today. They've been pandered to their whole life. Even therapy. What is therapy really? Shoot, any smart therapist know that if you actually tried to help women solve their problems, you wouldn't make a damn dollar. You would go bankrupt. So you have to feed them a word salad of emotions and listen to their nonsense on the couch and keep them coming for another 20 sessions. That's why they always talk about therapy. They try to get us into therapy. They'll say someone like me is unhealed. That and the religious grift that they try to, hit us with as men, because that's the way they try to get us to value women who have mismanaged their youth. They call us unhealed and they tell us we're some spiritual demons, but they're walking around carrying the demonic spirits of all those men that have vigorously and viciously pounded them out. And they have made women don't get better. They just become better victims and they speak more gibberish. So that's that guy sitting around talking to a woman and he's entertaining her because he probably has hopes to getting some pre-owned from her. Even the guys on dates, guys that are dating women and discovering that their whole life and thinking in existence revolves around them, and whatever ridiculous woke liberal ideologies and belief systems and all this other rubbish they have in their head. And all of it has nothing to do with you or pouring into you. Me, I, and some utopian ideas about life. And all of them seem to think they have some type of empathic psychological powers, or they give you those Tourette readings and everything else. Understandably, some people are into that stuff, but at the end of the day, nothing is that they're talking about is going to improve your life, increase the value of your life, add value to your life. I mean, you get into a relationship with them now. I mean, many guys, you can see guys walking around, married guys, walking around like droids. They're just doing whatever they got to do to keep the peace and maybe keep some rations of pre-owned going. Just existing in life. I mean, it just keep this broad relatively calm so she can deliver me my pre-owned, my marital missionary once or twice a week or whatever else, or once or twice a month, once or twice a year, whatever his thing is. Just let me just get these kids raised and out of here. I have to listen to her mouth every damn day. And that's what society's become. This is what a gynocracy has created. But what has happened now is that men, because of many of the delusions that women have had a lot of time to adapt and fall in love with their company and really make their purpose and their hobbies and whatever else the center focus of their life. So the only thing they really desire is pre-owned, because that's all they have to offer you is pre-owned and some psychological torture. And then the juice is not worth the squeeze. And that's what big. There's a calculator, there's a meter, there's an equation going on in men's head. That's why you see so many guys Even the guys who get all the women to have sex with all, none of them marry those women. They have this post-nut clarity depression. PNC, it is a sad, sad existence because they realize that they've just pounded out an empty vessel. In the process of the sex, it felt good. But now they have to think to themselves, is this broad going to go away? Because what else has she got to offer? She hasn't done anything in terms, they don't know anything about how to take care, look out for a man, how to pour into a man. Listen to what they say. Listen to what they talk about. Ain't none of that shit got nothing to do with you or making your life easier. So you just end up with a bill, a responsibility, an empty vessel in your house, living with you. Got your bills is gone, your finances is gone, your freedom is gone. You have to listen to nonsense. Shoot, even your logistical speed of how you get up in the morning and go to the gym is gone because she wants to go with you. And what used to take you 20 minutes to get out the door, now you an hour and a half in, waiting for her to either put her in her face or do something else. Look how efficient I am. Up this morning, showered, dressed, ready to roll out the door and split. Even an old head like me moves like a machine, efficient as a machine. You see how much speed I have, how much energy I have. That's because I don't live with women. I have no irritation other than, well, people that come in the comment section, I celebrate them. They don't bother me. Once they come and leave a negative comment, I own them. They're mine. Because at the end of the day, I have moved in their head rent-free to the point where you will stop your day to comment on some bald, old Gary Coleman-looking guy on the internet. The fact of the matter is, I own you. Period. I wouldn't do that shit. You think I'm gonna stop and make comment on somebody's video I disagree with? Hell no, I keep it moving. So at the end of the day, the reality of the modern situation is men got comfortable living in their peace and they fell in love with peace. And when you fall in love with peace, then the competition is not versus relationship. It becomes a scale. Is it really worth an ejaculation to give up all this freedom I have? Like, look at my arrangement. I'm a guy that's 51 years old. I'm retired already. Giving up this lifestyle, no kids, all my kids are gone, raised. I'm pretty comfortable financially. I'm pretty comfortable living in my life. Giving this up to do what? To be with who? Damn that. I'm in love with peace. I'm really in love with peace. If I want to spend time with a woman, I'll just make a phone call. Have a woman come over and spend some time with her. Or go out and spend some time with a woman. But I don't have to live with her every day and experience what's in her mind. Not interested in that stuff because 9 times out of 10, it ain't nothing that we're interested in. It's on some weird ass utopian woke crap, or have a situation where she's in here and this place is transformed into some gynocracy where life becomes all about her. Nothing about me. Damn that. Kick rocks. At the end of the day, I've done my time on the penal colony of marriage and now I'm free. I'm like an emancipated, I don't want to say the slave word, but who the hell wants to go back to that shit? When them checks hit, it's 100% me. I don't have to negotiate anything. I could go buy a car today, not buy a car. I go, come, do as I please. That is what women are competing with men. The freedom, the autonomy. And women are going to say, well, women feel the same way too. Bullshit. Women need more than men. That's why they got male friends and orbiters and all these other. We don't need that bullshit. We don't. But most guys can get away with just getting a dose of pre-owned, whatever their needs are. And that's it. Because they know what else comes after that is purely irritation. And, all the religious people will come in here and see, the religious people got game today. What they try to do is get you to value women that mismanage their youth. The religious people and these therapists out here, they get these women all gassed up. And the first thing they'll say to you, like I said earlier in the video, is you're unhealed. No, we're healed. You see, when a man gets therapy, he actually solves his problem. The therapist can actually hold him accountable for his problems and make him, and he can take the advice of the therapist and do better. If a woman goes to therapy, the therapist can't hold her accountable for a problem because she'll cancel the session. So she'll only go to a therapist that massages her, just like the Jellyback Simps massager, just like her girlfriends, her coalition massages her ego. So she goes her whole life, making men the problem. Think about the chick from The Bachelorette that just assaulted the guy. In about 2 weeks, in about a week or two, the women are going to completely spin that shit. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to make the guy the victim. They're going to create a narrative that he was an abusive, horrible monster. Have you ever met a woman, very few, maybe I've met one in my life, where she was the problem and her ex was not the problem? Have you ever met that type of woman where she was said that she was the problem and her ex was not the problem? All of them are victims. And to them, men are always the one to blame. And the men around know that that woman is full of crap, but maybe they just want to pound. And they know you don't pound by pushing against the river, the waves, the rapids. You just go along. Oh, wow. Sounds like a horrible guy, huh? Okay. It's too bad. Because that guy's like, all right, frickin', So outside of that, because the way our society is developed, where the women have been developed to offer men, to compete with men, to be strong and independent, to take care of themselves, to do things for themselves, and that serving a man is abuse. Even though we expect these men to pay this and pay that and do this and do that, we've developed a creature that's completely narcissistic and self-centered. And then you add social media in there, and this the world of delusion. Well, what is Simps going to do? They're going to come in, they're going to big them up. And they're going to big them up because they want punani. They want that pre-owned. Men do a lot of things in society, which is a shame, because they think that they're going to score points for punani, whether it's virtue signaling, whether it's simping and on OnlyFans and doing this degenerate type of activity that yields no results, no outcome. Because they're like, please give me punani, some of these guys. But lately, even the simp economy has dried up. Dudes like, oh man, I ain't getting nothing out of this deal. And they've cut back on simping exponentially to a point where the dating and relationship market has felt the effects of it. But with the collapse in simp culture, we see so many women making videos about, because they're suffering financially, not because they like men. They still hate men. But hey, bills and expenses and debt and struggling is not what women is up against. Women will choose survival. So even though they don't like men, they will still get with men, sleep with them, for them to be under men's wallet. They're not going to listen to that man. They're going to torture his ass. But at least there's more money coming in. And that's the situation today. I don't know any man in his right mind that's going to want a lifelong, ball-busting, man-hating feminist living with him. That's like putting a wild hyena in the house with you and she just bite the crap out of your ass while you sleep. You're absolutely lost your mind if you think one of these liberally indoctrinated, lifelong, man-hating, ball-busting, nut-crunching, sack-destroying, mental health-destroying women is going to come in the house and you're going to live peacefully with her. How many, she's walking around with the souls of multiple men that she's destroyed, or the souls of multiple men that have vigorously and viciously pounded her out. You think that you're going to move that in the house with you? You're crazy, man. You've lost your damn mind. What? Don't be walking around here talking about some woman torture you. You done moved a retired or covert feminist in the house with you, and now you're wondering why your life is miserable. Your bills are up. Your expenses are high. She doesn't want to live with you and help you in terms of anything financially. Why? Why would she want to live with you and make your life easier? To her, I'm having sex with somebody I hate. Who would want that life? Man, look, better to be with women that were raised to love men and to honor men. Man, who would want to have sex with a woman who's having sex with you under financial duress, unless you're mentally ill? You want a woman who's going to jump on you like she loves men. Oh, come on, baby. Every day you walk in the door, she loves seeing you come home. That's what you want. You don't want that other shit. What, live with a feminist? You lost your mind. That's all they offer right now. And you see it in the church. They didn't use the church. They didn't hijack the church. And all that stuff. Therapy, church, what is it really about? Increasing the value of women who have mismanaged their youth. There's no gospel or no word of God being. That's the slick kid. And the pastor's down with it too. He try and get you to marry or wife up some woman who's mismanaged her youth, been unruly her whole life, disrespectful. And all of a sudden she's using the church to do that Hail Mary. Therapy in church is to Hail Mary. They're not become better people. Somebody has just made some money of making them a better victim. And your ass is going to be the torture. You're going to get the torture experience. You're going to be the recipient of that mental health torture, especially after the honeymoon phase is over in those situations, in those relationships. So in the distance is where all relationships are tested. Not this honeymoon phase, not this year thing, this 2-year thing. And in the distance and under stress, everybody shows their true personality and who they are. Who they are. Over time, stress. How do they back you up? Do they stick with you? Do they betray you? Do they talk behind your back? Do they roll you up under the bus? Do they do anything to help ease your pain or suffering when you're in conflict or under distress? Or do they say, well, you figure it out? And that's what you're going to get a lot of these days, is that type, because that human being was not raised to be a wife or a girlfriend or to be with a man under his leadership. That is your competitor. That is somebody that was raised to hate you, to see you as an oppressor, the evil patriarchy. And that's what you're dealing with. So for most men, they're like, I will take a pass, but they will take some ass. That's the terrible part about life. The strange thing, because men like to have sex with women, but the women have become insufferable. You see that strange dichotomy, that strange balance, and again, that's why you see some of these guys, they don't care. You see the CGA type guys, CGA like, shit, I don't care. He's just straight up, he paid them women to leave and go away. Because he knows if they stick around long enough, you got to listen to that feminism and that utopian woke culture, the new version of woke. Because woke actually used to mean something enlightening back in the day, but now they've turned it into some strange thing. And they all got that ideology and, liberal ideas, utopian pie in the sky nonsense. And they all talk all this, regurgitated religious talk, or they're talking this therapeutic healing things or horoscope things, and everything they're talking about, hey, that nothing or ain't gonna add no value to your life, because they ain't talking about you, because to them, the only thing that they have to offer you is what's between their leg. And you should be so happy and so blessed to get something that every woman has, and that's probably worth on the street the equivalent of $50. I'm not saying that men should do those types of things, but they think that it's an honor and a privilege for you to have something that every woman has, and that's worth $50 on the street. And that's all they have to offer you is pre-owned. That's it. That's all they have. It's like that's the one move they have. Whether they cross you over, pump fake you, behind the back, jab step you, at the end of it is pre-owned. That's all they have. They have nothing else. When they leave, you lose. Unless you're married to them, they take your money. Now that's painful. You've lost pre-owned. The world is flooded with pre-owns, young men and men in general. They at a disadvantage. That's all they have. Imagine that that's all you have is your power base in life. You'd be uncomfortable too in this economic situation, especially with these dudes don't even care. They'll ride by a woman changing her tire on the side of the street. I don't blame them. Domestic, they don't care. They're not putting their life on the line. They're seeing what has happened to men. And besides, women are strong and independent and equal too. They've told men they've chose the bear, and men should be born in jail and die alone. Men are useless and Wheaties, whatever. So leave them alone. Give them a taste of the equality that they ask for. And it's out of love. Because to treat women like an unequal person, chivalry and all that stuff is really misogyny. You're saying that they cannot cope and survive on their own. They're not strong and independent. I agree with you, ladies. You're strong and independent. You don't need no man. You don't need no man to help you change that tire on the side of the street. You don't need you got that kung fu. Anyhow, salute to you, ladies. Peace and blessings to you, brothers. Make sure you hit the like button. Video lasted longer than I expected. Because, I'm always in a good mood because I don't live with women. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to. It's the energy I get from not having women around. You see, once you've done hard time, you guys, you think you miss something in relationships. That's why you don't understand why a peaceful life is so happy. You think you're missing something. You think it's going to be some utopian thing. But you haven't done time. And when you've done time, just like a parolee, you walk around here happy. Now let me take my ass to the gym. You know what I mean? Before some woman gives me a call and ruin my day or something. While I'm happy. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I'm out of here.